So hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today decide ni address the answer to this question using a video. So every time I talk about vehicle importation, I always drop my WhatsApp number so that people can reach out to me if they want to get ideas of how they can import their own cars. But of course, when people reach out, they always want to ask a straightforward question. For example, they tell me, if I want to import Subaru Forester e-Boxer, how much can I get it for? You get my point? Other people have come to me with different type of vehicle models asking for the price if they were to import. And this is the response I want to give to anyone out there who has sent me such a message, or anybody else who has not dared to, to write to me on WhatsApp, but they have this question in mind, asking themselves, if you import, how much will your car arrive you for? That is the total added cost after clearance and everything. So this is one thing I will tell you. Vehicles that you see online, for example, if you go to SBT, BForward, Every.com, Everycar.com, so many websites from Japan, the grades of those vehicles are grade 3.5 and above. Okay, so grade 3.5 is an average condition. Grade 4, it is slightly above average, so it's better, it's good. And grade 4.5, it is very good. Grade 5, it is excellent. But we are not asking ourselves, where are other vehicles that belong to grade 3 and below? Because grades, they start from RA, which is repaired accident. Then we have repaired. Okay, so repaired without an accident. Maybe you had, your bumper had some issues, you repaired or something. So it will always indicate. Then you have grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. And I will tell you one thing. I was informed that most of the cars that you buy in our dealers in Kenya, and you can listen to other videos from other individual importers, the vehicles you will buy from local dealers, they are always the low grades, from grade 3 and below. Why? Because those vehicles, they sell at a very attractive price for the dealers to be able to make profits. But a dealer cannot really make business if they are buying grade 3.5, grade 4, or grade 5, because already the selling price of that vehicle is quite high for the dealer. I mean, the buying price of that car is already quite high for the dealer to put some markups for his profits. Okay, so what am I trying to tell you here? Okay, I'm not saying that our local dealers are bad people. No, the beauty of importing a car from Japan is that they have all the information that you need, and then it is for you to decide. And one thing is that dealers want to focus on affordability. In as much as the buyer wants to ask for quality, to some extent, buyers cannot pay for the quality they want. Because if a dealer imports for you a Subaru Forester, grade 5 or grade 5.5, no, grade 4.5, I am sure he will sell that vehicle at around 4 million if it is a Subaru e-Boxer. Okay? And how many people will go and buy a Subaru Forester for 4 million? Not many. Because the dealer price right now is from 3.3 all the way to like 3.8. So the dealers, they have to focus on affordability. So they will do their background check and find that if this vehicle is a repaired accident, or this vehicle is grade 1 because there was a hailstone damage, because in Japan sometimes kuna hizo tulikuwa tunaziita mvua za mawe. It can rain and damage the windscreen, the roof, something, and then it becomes a repaired car without an accident. So some dealers are able to assess the condition of that vehicle that makes it to be graded low grade, and if it is something that can be fixed quickly, and put that vehicle into their yard and sell it at a price that allows them to sell without making that vehicle very expensive, then they go for it. But back to my initial question, why am I telling you all this? Because when you ask me, how much will I pay for a Subaru Forester when it is coming to Kenya for import? That is a very vague question. And I told you, when you are importing a vehicle from Japan, have one thing in mind. Okay? It is the condition. When you are importing, you are actually not buying the car, you are buying the condition of the car. A Subaru Forester from Japan, you know, right now they are changing the model. So they are moving from the SJs to the SKs. So we have the SKE and the SK9, the 2000cc Foresters, and the SK9, the 2500cc. Now they are moving from the SJ5 and the SJGs, the XT with turbos. So they are moving from those with a bit of facelift. You'll see nowadays the Subaru Foresters, they look a little bit with a blocky shape. So those kind of stuff. So what I'm telling you is that when you are planning to import, you are buying the condition of the car. A Subaru Forester can very well get to you in Kenya with 2.5 million, as well as above 4 million if you want. Okay, so you cannot ask me how much will I get a Subaru Forester unless you insist on the condition. Tell me, I want a grade 4.5, I want a low mileage, I want a leather seat, I want a sunroof, I want cruise controls, I want, you know, digital controls on the steering, all those things. Then someone can maybe ask the suppliers in Japan, and then we can get you something. Okay, but you cannot ask someone how much can I get a Subaru Forester, because the difference can be up to like 3 times or 2 times the amount that you can get for the low condition compared to the high condition. Okay, so that is something very, very important. So be very specific. The other thing that you can do when you are making inquiry from an importer is to tell them your budget. Okay, tell them that I want a Subaru Forester and I have 2.8 million. What kind of a car can I get? All right, then they will start now sharing options with you. Yeah, so I was telling you, don't ask for the price, ask for the condition, because in so many cases someone can get a vehicle on SBT or B Forward or wherever, and then I can give them the duty amount and the clearance, and then they are able to get the total cost on themselves. And then they tell me, by the way, this is the same price I am getting this vehicle locally. We are talking of, let's say, that Subaru Forester. Let me use Forester for reference or for discussion purpose. If you see a price on website, so what you do is, normally you will take the price, you multiply by 130 because the price is in dollars, so times 130 so that you get it in Kenya shillings. And then maybe if you reach out to me, I can, maybe if I have the duty and the clearance for that car, I can share with you, and then you have a total landed cost. Okay, once some people see the total landed cost, they have a tendency of saying, by the way, that is the same price that I am getting that vehicle locally. So if you try to compare your vehicle that you import with a local unit, you must make sure that you are comparing apple for apple, because I have told you the local units, you have to get access to the auction sheet, which no dealer will ever give you. You don't know the condition of that car. Also, you need to tell me the vehicle that you are talking about locally, is it fully spec'd? Does it have all the specs that you are having with your imported vehicle? Okay, because I will tell you, for example, this car I imported, it is basic specs of Subaru CX5 2000cc petrol 2-wheel, very basic specs. Okay, I got it at a price that, you know, it is very low from what I would have gotten it from the local dealers, because what dealers have managed to do locally is to standardize the price and tell you, Subaru Foresters, we are selling them from 3.1 to 3.3. Like, they put a very small difference in price from one car to the other within the same model, in a way that you are not able to ask yourself so many questions. They are like standardizing these prices in a way that you might think they are new cars. You know, when you go to buy a new car from, let's say, Toyota Kenya or Nissan Kenya, 0 mileage vehicle, the prices don't differ. They don't differ. So for, let's say, Nissan Navara double cab, you'll be told it is 9 million. Okay? And every other Nissan Navara in that showroom, it is 9 million. And that is understandable because those vehicles are in the same condition. But our dealers have managed to standardize the condition of all these vehicles, knowing very well that they come from Japan with very, very different conditions. What I would expect, you know, is to have a 40 to, let's say, 10 to 40% variation in price between cars of the same range. If you are going to buy a CX5 from a dealer, you should be able to get a CX5 from 2.3 million all the way to 3.5 million. Okay, because that's my estimation. Actually, you should be able even to get from 2 million all the way to 3.5, especially for the diesel versions, which I noticed they were a bit cheaper. Okay, so if you go for diesel version, a bit high mileage, let's say around 160,000, 150,000, grade 3, you should be able to get that vehicle at around 2.2 million if the dealer put their markup. But the dealers have managed to make sure that they will bring grade 1, grade 4, grade whatever, they mix them. They tell you the price is 3.3, but we can reduce maybe 50,000 from one car to the other. So you as an importer, the biggest advantage you have is that you can choose the condition that you want. Okay? And then you pay for it. And that is what we call real value for money. I hope I have helped you guys somewhere. If you want this kind of discussions over coffee during the weekend, my number is there. Drop me a text on WhatsApp and we will see how we can move this forward.